Great day, my lovely, lovely, lovely Bitcoin family. This is Asadah. I am the crypto queen today. Some people know me as the founder of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. Some people know me as author, Beating Black Kids. Today, I am the crypto queen. That's what we are, the crypto queen. And some people have likened me to the Harriet Tubman of crypto. You know what that means. So anyway, I'm here today because it is time for people to get a good understanding of what Bitcoin is about, what the whole scene is, like give me some clarity on that. What's the meaning? And also, people don't really know, well, what do you do with it? Can I even spend it? So I have chosen to do this video to bring you up to snuff on what is going on and how to prosper using Bitcoin. So I'm going to just spend some time today just going over some definitions, give you sort of the scope of how magnanimous it is to have Bitcoin in your life. And look at how you could just change everything in your life doing it. So we're going to knock that out. So I'm going to share some things with you that are important. But first, let me just say, I want y'all to listen up, okay? I'm not a financial advisor, okay? This data is for informational purposes only. You take this information and do what you will with it. It's clearly just my opinion, my advice based on my experience, but it's also not intended to substitute obtaining accounting, tax, or financial advice from a professional tax or financial planner. So if you got one of those, you want to use it. And then use your money at your own discretion. That's what this is really about, not me telling you what to do, but you making a choice based on the information you hear, okay? And so what we want to do is take this to the next level tonight, and I'm going to share with you just how much you can do. So let's take a look at this video because that gives you a good scope of Bitcoin and what it's doing.
The digital world is a part of our DNA now. It's how we share our experiences, how we consume our entertainment, how we stay in touch with our loved ones. This is how we used to send letters, to travel, to make phone calls and shoot movies. Mankind invented software and technologies, breaking every distance, border, difficulty, and pulling the world instantly closer together. But what about banking? Think about it. Billions of people in the world have no access to financial tools. Borders and the system create barriers. We trusted banks, but they collapsed time and time again. They take hundreds of billions in fees from us. Bitcoin doesn't care where you're born, what color your skin is, or where you are in the world. It's an open network. It's maintained equally by people all over the world. Anyone can verify the transactions, and it happens instantly. For just a few cents, you can send any amount of money to anywhere in the world. Bitcoin is a global community of inclusion, an invitation to participate in an open world. Join us today, start a Bitcoin wallet, and help us shape the future.
All right, it's about helping us shape the future. You see, a global community of inclusion, really big. We're going to talk a little bit about, how big Bitcoin is and why it's a global community of inclusion, right? But I like to show this quote because a brother by the name of Richie Atwaru said this. He's on a lot of, he's an expert in the area, but he said, we actually had some dialogue on the internet. I went looking for him, but he said, Bitcoin looks like the internet did 40 years ago. Now, 40 years ago, did we know what the internet was? No, we did not, right? So this is kind of where Bitcoin is in its evolution in a very introductory stage, but it's been around for 10 years. So just want to be clear on like why it's very good to be involved right now because it's growing. But people questioned the internet back in the day. Hello, we're on the internet right now, right? We can't live without it. So be clear on how big this is actually going to get, right? Now, I love to have this little slide in here because you're going to learn about how to make Bitcoin. But this sister who's in our group, she put this up on social media, right? She said, wow, I just got my first $100 worth of Bitcoin, but that's how money grows with us. So I'm going to be breaking it on down a little bit later. Now, When you leave this video today, there are 5 things that you're definitely going to know before the ending of the show. Now, one, I'm real big on definitions. So the meaning of words that are in this space, we're going to go over those. I'm going to show you a system on how to make Bitcoin, 2 ways in particular. I know growing up, I wasn't really shown systems for building wealth, but I'm going to show you 2 tonight. And then I'm going to show you how to take one small amount of money and multiply it into thousands. That's very important, because where do you do that? You don't do it with no savings account. Nothing like that. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and just show you how to grow Bitcoin without having to constantly reinvest in something, right? And then also I'm going to show you the amounts of money that you can make with working Bitcoin the way that we work it, and then I'll show you how to get started with it all. Now, if you were in my face, I would kind of ask you, well, what are your expectations? I want you to kind of jot those down so that when you connect with me after seeing this video, you can let me know if there are things that I maybe didn't touch. And then also kind of take what you know about crypto and let's talk about it, and help me expand on the knowledge you have, or help you use what you already know to help make your Bitcoin grow. So let's define cryptocurrency, right? Cryptocurrency is a digital currency or decentralized system of exchange that uses advanced cryptography for security. So guys, it's just digital money. It's not foreign from what we know, because Cash App is digital, Uber's digital. It's just that the money, peso, yen, dollar, but Bitcoin is a currency and it's digital. So it's not just a process that you're using, like Cash App and what have you, but it's an actual currency that's digital. Okay. Now, cryptography, this word, the procedures, processes, methods, etc., of making and using secret writing, as in codes or ciphers. So you're talking about cryptography is the science behind cryptocurrency. It's what the math algorithms are about. It's what makes dealing in cryptocurrency safe. Now, here's another word that was in the definitions prior: decentralized. It says to distribute the administrative powers or functions of a central authority over a less concentrated area. So what that means is, like, if you have the IRS, let's say, or let's say PayPal or whatever, those are organizations that are centralized. They deal with money that comes from that thing, like the Federal Reserve. That's a company doing it by itself. But with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, no central organization runs it. You do, we do, as the people. So it's taking the power from a central organization, right, that they would have, but now the power is spread over all of us. I want you to watch this video because it has some people in it I know you know, but it gets to show you how people who really have money are using Bitcoin. And I want you to listen to the predictions that they mention, because some of them have happened already. You're talking about when they talk about Bitcoin reaching $10,000. Well, in 2017, November, I believe, of 2017, Bitcoin went to like $19,000. So just listen to the predictions, because some of them are still coming, and you'll want to be a part of that. So let's take a look at this video and look at who we know, what they're saying, and take notes, anything you may not understand. How dare they try to
Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill. Okay? We are entering a completely world of uncharted water.
Have you made any investments in Bitcoin?
So, I mean, I own Bitcoin in my hedge fund. I own Bitcoin in my fund. I own Bitcoin in my private account. It is a huge deal. It's a huge, huge, huge deal. Because what you're talking about right now is, for the next 3 to 5 years, an unbelievably better store value. It is gold 2.0.
I think this is a currency that's really going to work eventually.
Well, I think it is working, and there will be other currencies like it that may be even better. But in the meantime, there's a big industry around Bitcoin, and people have made fortunes out of Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, there is no Bitcoin company. There is no Bitcoin building. There's not even a Bitcoin server anywhere that you could shut down. It is completely distributed. That's what's unique about Bitcoin. It is, for the first time, a way for the two of us to exchange value online without a third-party intermediary. Until the invention of Bitcoin, for you and me to exchange money online, we had to employ a third party like PayPal, like Visa, like MasterCard, right? And we live in the 21st century. If we want to have a video call to China, we can do that for free. But to send a couple $100, which is essentially just ones and zeros being moved around, costs 5% plus takes over a day.
Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency in that you don't have to be physically in the same place. And of course, for large transactions, currency can get pretty inconvenient.
You'll see Bitcoin trading at 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Rick Falkvinia does an excellent analysis. He predicts that Bitcoin will capture between 1 and 10% of the global Forex market, which implies a price of between $100,000 to $1 million per Bitcoin. Most of the people who are on the sidelines not buying Bitcoin today will start to buy Bitcoin when it gets over 1,000. And then a greater percentage of people will definitely plow into Bitcoin when it starts to get over 10,000.
It's still predicting Bitcoin, $10,000 per Bitcoin in 3 years.
Saras, he is the CEO of Zappo, which is a Bitcoin wallet and Bitcoin Ball.
I think it's mostly a very positive thing. I think we're going to see ups and downs like with any other emerging technology. But I think Bitcoin is here to stay, and it makes sense that it be taxed and treated like any other.
So let's make a bold call here. In 10 years, what do you think Bitcoin will be worth? One Bitcoin.
Between $500,000 and $1 million.
A lot of people are just seeing the charts and thinking, how high will it go? But what I'm doing is counting backwards. I mean, this is a transactional currency, and it is a store of value. As such, it is a product and a service competing on a very tangible market for stores of value and for transactional currencies. So what is the size of that market?
Right. And this is important.
And how big a market share can Bitcoin realistically take within a foreseeable time frame? When you ask that question, then you come up with a market cap of Bitcoin total, and then you divide that by the number of Bitcoin in circulation by your estimated time, and seeing how Chinese are buying Bitcoin like crazy. I actually have to adjust this number upwards, but then you come up with a number of about $2 to $5 million per Bitcoin.
I suggest that everyone go back to buy Bitcoin. Not too much, but one is enough. If everyone is worth people, just go back to one Bitcoin. The Bitcoin value could be $1 million. When the Bitcoin have $1 million, all around the world will be crazy, and everyone will be follow, and other digital currency just to be renaissance Bitcoin. So for me, I think for a lot of people, they don't exactly understand why Bitcoin.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future, or is it the payment system they're developing?
Bingo! It's the payment system. It's the blockchain encryption, and they're interesting things. I think Bitcoin, or the really blockchain encryption that's behind it, has a greater ability to bring more of the world's population out of poverty than anything we've seen.
If you're new to Bitcoin, take your time to go out there and Google it and learn about it. It truly is one of the most important inventions in the history of humankind, and certainly the most important invention since the internet. Go out there, make a Bitcoin wallet, get involved, start using it, learn about all the positive ways in which this is going to improve the lives of every single person on the planet. Get involved, do it today. It's going to help everybody. Thank you.
Okay, so this has big people talking about changing the world, eliminating poverty. If you think you got relatives in another part of the world and you send money back to them, this is going to enable you to do so with little or no money in comparison to, the Western Union fees and other companies that we use as intermediaries between us and family or friends. It is revolutionizing the world. And so it's about being up on the movement while the movement is going on, right? So let's just define it. What is this Bitcoin? Bitcoin simply, guys, is a type of digital currency that uses state-of-the-art cryptography. We talked about that. And can be issued in any fractional denomination. So you don't have to have a whole Bitcoin right off the cuff. You can, we'll talk about that in a minute, but you could just buy a fractional amount. It's called a Satoshi, right? And we have you buy like 0.0167 of a Bitcoin. So you can start there. But everybody basically that comes to Bitcoin can buy it in those fractions and have some, but we show you how to make that small fraction grow into something larger. Now, blockchain, you heard them talk about this. This basically is just a continuously growing list of records called blocks, which are linked and secured using cryptography. And so it's like a ledger, basically. If I send you $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, that transaction is going to be on a ledger that is considered blockchain. Learn more about it, though, because there's so much more to blockchain and how it's going to revolutionize many parts of the world. Now, there's at least 23 countries that do not accept US dollars, okay? This is very important because people like to question Bitcoin and say, oh, you know, Bitcoin is not backed by anything, you know. No, US money is not backed by anything. It's backed by debt. So it's just that they try to say that Bitcoin is just flourishing because people believe it's going to flourish. Any money that we have now is doing that, particularly US money, because it's not backed by gold or anything. So don't get caught up by that little response they put in. But I'd like us to look at this too. Look at this. This is talking about, like some people say, if you want to save money, you know, talk about saving money to make it grow. But look at this. They're saying like Chase Bank, what is that, 0.04%? And then this company Marcus, 1.5% on your money that you put in? No. You invest that there, that's fine. But with what we do with cryptocurrency, what we do with Bitcoin, I am going to show you how to make 300 and 400% on the money that you bring to our Bitcoin club. And that is just not small, because I can't name another place that's doing that. Now, there are businesses everywhere that are starting to use Bitcoin. I was just in the Caribbean, in Aruba, went to one of the little stands on the beach, and on their register, it said, we accept Bitcoin. What? In little old Aruba? Look, car dealerships, regular stores. It is not only coming, but it's already here in a lot of places, okay? Now, look at these. You see these little logos? Got your little Whole Foods and, oh, got my logo up there. Thank you very much. Yours could be up there too. Just companies that accept Bitcoin. That's very important. You can change your whole scope of your demographic in terms of who uses Bitcoin. People look at your business and say, oh, you accept Bitcoin. It says something different about what you do. Yes, you take regular money, but you also take this new cryptocurrency. Very big. Harvard and all of these schools are already motivating and using cryptocurrency. Now, there's a couple of ways you could do work with cryptocurrency, work with Bitcoin. You see this lady right here holding up that Bitcoin by herself? Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. So if you get like $100 worth of Bitcoin, right? And you then have to watch it. You have to watch the market go up and down to see what kind of value you're going to have in Bitcoin. That's okay. The $100, if it goes up, might turn into 110, or it might turn into 95, depending. But if you roll with us, that is very different because we actually operate as a group, very similar to, I mean, I know all different races are going to see this video, but let me tell you something. Black people always do something together with money. I don't care if it's Susu from West Africa or the Caribbean. I don't care if it's policy in Chicago. We've always found ways to circulate money with each other. And so that's what we do, right? With crypto, bring on the tradition to crypto. So you could do it together. You know, you could do it by yourself and have to watch the market every day. But the way we do it, we make money regardless whether Bitcoin's value goes up or down. We make money. Now, what do? We don't just come together like, oh yeah, what's up? You doing Bitcoin? Nope. There's a company that has been started, and this club, it's called the MLS Bitcoin Club. It's a beautiful club because it allows you to create what you want to create in it, right? It's called the Massive Leveraging System, and it was started by this brother, Darry Perkinson. Brother's dope. Just love his integrity. Took his expertise as a master trader, as an IT man, and as a military man, because he bring it to you straight when it's time to roll, you know, with this. And he made the Massive Leveraging System because he teaches us how to leverage Bitcoin, not have to keep investing to get your money like with stocks or what have you. He could teach you that too, though. He does do that. But the Massive Leveraging System is designed to help us grow Bitcoin, right? And only have to put out money one time. That's important. So you're not constantly reinvesting. So leverage, let's define that. Leverage means the use of a small initial investment or borrowed funds to gain a very high return in relationship to that investment. And so, yeah, like I said, bringing that one piece of money in, boop, Next thing you know, you are seeing it grow into thousands of dollars. Now, I'm going to define this matrix because we know matrix. I don't know about you, but first thing I think about is Neo bending backwards, doing a little move, a little choreography. But matrix here is simply going to define you and your friends. What that a matrix is, you and your immediate people who y'all are all traveling together, making Bitcoin together. So it's something that constitutes the place or point from which something else originates. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that, because basically it's just going to show how everything is originating from you. And we have a follow me system. And so you're not having to go out and find a bunch of people. The only thing you got to do in the MLS Bitcoin Club clearly is get 2 people to roll with you. I ain't stopped at 2 people. I'm telling you right now, I've had like 60 people come through me, not because I went to even look for them, but they just hear I know about Bitcoin. So they say, hey, what's up with that? And next thing you know, they're joining. Don't have me in an Uber. Don't have me in the grocery store. Somebody say, so how's your day going? Oh, I thought you never asked. Bitcoin is all around, blah, blah, blah. You know, so I'm just saying it's just a part of my conversation now. But we have a follow me system where we actually follow each other. And so you're not having to continue bringing people to the table. So let me just show you what that looks like. So this is the matrix I was talking about. And that's you at the top. And let's say that's your sister. And let's say that's your cousin, the 2 green people. Some people see this and they say, oh my God, is this a pyramid? Stop. Because the main thing is that your jobs are really like pyramids. Like they have a CEO at the top and then some managers and then maybe you at the bottom, maybe you're a manager. But I know one thing, you're not at the top. I know that. So this is not like that at all on any level. And so visually, it may look like that to you, but it is not the structure that I think people get scared of. But anyway, so let's say that's you, and let's say that's your sister and your cousin, the green folks. I told you everybody brings 2 people here. So those are the 2 people you brought. And then your sister's going to have 2 people she brings, and your cousin as well. And that's going to make up a matrix for you, right? Now, check this out. Let me show you how the money gets made. So do you understand that when your sister comes in, remember I said 0.0167? Let's say she comes in for the 0.0167, plus we have a $99 annual fee, right? So it all came up to like $185 today, right? This is April 24th, just so you know, so you get an idea of the price, because Bitcoin's price is going up. But when your sister comes to the table, that like $80-something worth of Bitcoin that she just purchased her position in the club with, you're going to actually get half of the amount she brought. So let's say she brought she bought $88 worth of Bitcoin. Well, $44 of that is going to you in a few minutes. Now, your cousin, same thing. Brought in that $88, let's say, half is going to you, that $44. So you just basically did the same thing, because let's say you just came in and you paid the $88 for your Bitcoin. Once your sister and your cousin come in, you've already made that money back. But then let me show you how you get ready to make some more money, like real simple. So if you, in fact, you have your sister come to the table, your cousin, let's say there is another person, maybe from your church, that wanted to do this. Do you understand that when they come in, see that first blue person, you're going to get all of what they brought in. So if it's $88, you're going to get all of that. And then the next person, if you might be like me, to where people just coming through you, well, there's the whole amount coming to you again. Same thing on your cousin's side, the amount coming to you, the whole amount coming to you again. And then what the club does is, for the 4th person, that last person that comes in, they take the Bitcoin that they bring in and they start you all over again, so that you're getting ready to start getting paid like this again and again and again, over and over. Because this is called a cycle. When this whole thing happens, it's called a cycle. When everybody cycles out, they move on up and follow each other. So that's what's going to happen. Now, look at this amount though. Your sister and your cousin, let's say your sister goes ahead and she brings in her first person. Do you understand that half is going to go to her and half is going to go to you? Same thing with the next person she brings in. Half of Bitcoin is going to go to you, half is going to go to her. Same thing with your cousins. Half is going to go to your cousin and half is going to go to you. And then the same thing happens with this last person. You're cycled up into the next level. All I know is all that right there, I see Bitcoin all over that piece of paper right there, all over, right? You're just constantly getting paid. That's just the bottom line. You're constantly getting paid in this MLS Bitcoin Club. As soon as your sister or cousin comes in, you get paid like 30 minutes after that. No waiting all week or waiting for a month to get paid. You get paid immediately. It's an instant system. So I told you that's cycling. This is the first way that you can make money here. So cycle means to change states that upon completion produces a final state identical to the original one. So you saw that. You saw how that matrix looked just like the one you just finished. So that's a cycle. Now, I'm going to show you the second way that you make money here. Big money, big money, big. You're going to love it. So upgrading, right, means to promote to a higher grade or rank. This is the second way that you make money here. So let me explain. There's 10 different levels that you can grow from here because everybody's not at the same level of ability to invest or ability to, you know, bring money to the table for whatever they want to do. So in this club, there's 10 levels to grow from. Now, remember I said before we have you bring 0.0167 to the table of Bitcoin? Okay, cool. Well, if you brought that amount, guess what you're getting ready to get back? You're getting ready to get back 3 times that amount. This is where 300% comes in and making 400% on your money. Now watch what happens. In this club, you actually will profit because look, 0.0167 is what you bring in, but you're about to get 0.48. That's 3 times that. And you take some of the profit from that and then you go ahead and upgrade to this next level. So it might cost you 0.04 to get involved, but you're getting ready to get paid 0.12 in level 1, and then you take some of that profit and you upgrade to level 3. Same thing to go to level 4 and 5, right? Well, let me just talk about this level 5 for a minute though, because I'm gonna tell you, most people come in, everybody has to come in at 0.016, right? That 0.0167 in the beginning, everybody comes in at that. But some people come in at that starter level and level 1 because they want to be making larger increments of money at the same time in both different columns, in both different levels. But there are some of us that went big Willy Wonka, and we went and we rocked out with level 5. Just that simple. Level 5, actually, I think today costs like, with everything, I think it costs like $5,000, let's say $5,500. But if you paid $5,000 and change, let's say $5,500, you're about to get 3 times that in level 5. So you, remember I talked about the matrix before, and you were getting $44 from your sister and $44. Not in level 5. In level 5, you're making like $2,500, $5,000. Like the increments that you're getting paid are in the thousands. And so by the time you finish with level 5 at this juncture right now, where Bitcoin's like kind of like anywhere from $5,100 to $5,400, you're making, when you cycle out like that, you may have made like $12,000 to $15,000 just because you're in level 5. So level 5 to thrive is what I say, big time. And now they have level 5 to drive, wherein if you reach level 5 and you cycle out in level 5 twice, can't even hardly say his name, Gary Perkinson, Wall Street is going to give you an extra $500 for doing that, for being in level 5 and cycling out twice, and that's every month thereafter. So you got level 5, you got level 6, and you're still, if you can't pay for level 5 outright, if you can, I say do it, right? You do starter and level 5, but this is designed to, remember I said, you take a little bit of your profit and you go ahead and upgrade. Take some of your profit and you go ahead and upgrade, and you can upgrade all the way to the top to level 9. And in level 9, see that number at the top? You will have made about 36 Bitcoin minimally, right? So it says bottom numbers equal the amount of Bitcoin you pay to join, but the top numbers are the numbers that you get paid when you cycle out. So let's just look at this for a minute. This graph is based on if Bitcoin was $4,000. So these numbers that you'd be getting paid are actually a little higher now because Bitcoin's over $5,000, but let's just look at this. So when you come in, let's look at that. At 0.0167, you're going to be paying like $64 around that area, right? So if you just do the normal, just brought 2 people, remember your sister and your cousin, just for bringing them, you're going to get $64 just with the 2 of them coming to the table. off the cuff. But if they go ahead and get their 2 people and their 2 people, you're looking at $96 plus that, which equals $160. So your $64, you've already gone ahead and made that by just bringing 2 people, right? Now, what if though all of those people in your matrix you brought? Yeah, you would make the $64 off your sister and the cousin. But then if you brought those people on that next line, we call it the B line. You got your A line, which is your 2 people, B line, which is underneath them. Hello, when that's done, that cycle is done, at that level, you're talking about $256 that you would have made if you got everybody into all of those slots. That's just for starter. Now let's look at level 1. If you went ahead and said, I'm going to do starter and level 1, well, level 1, you might have paid $160 to get involved, but you're going to not only get the $160 right back once the 2 people come, but just by them doing the same thing, 2 people and 2 people, you're looking at $240 plus that equaling $400, right? If all 6 people come through you see that $160 you may have paid, but you're getting ready to get paid back $640. This is if Bitcoin is only $4,000. It's over that right now. So all of these numbers are even higher. But look at that. Let's look at level 9. You're talking about if you just brought 2 people, it turning into $120,000. Very, very feasible. I'm telling you from my own experience. And then look at that. If all the people came through you, you're talking about $144,000. It's just cute. And I also have the breakdown if Bitcoin was worth 10,000, because Bitcoin will be 10,000 in short order, but the numbers are drastically higher, here as well. So, we could talk about this. You could rewind this video all you want. You can look at these numbers in your own time. Now, let me just show you all the ways that your money's growing here in the club. And when I say the club, guys, it's just like, if you go to Costco's or anything like that, you got to pay a fee for the membership. And that's what that $99 a year is about here in the MLS Bitcoin Club, right? Because it allows you to be in the club, allows you to start making money exponentially. But let's just talk about some ways that you make money here. So you now get rewarded more Bitcoin, because we used to only be able to get paid. Remember I said that B line? Well, now you get paid everywhere, A line, B line. You're going to keep, remember that cycle with you and your cousin and your sister, and then their 2 people? That's going to keep happening over and over for the rest of your life once it starts. So your money will just continue to keep coming, right? You're going to make 300 to 400% of an increase every time you cycle out on the money that you brought to the table. And you're not constantly bringing in money. Remember, you're only bringing it in at one time. So that's another way that you're making money here. You're also going to make money if Bitcoin's value increases. Your money's going to increase with it as well. And if it decreases, if you're doing this by yourself, when it decreases, you feel sad because your money's going. But here, if the money goes down, if Bitcoin's value goes down, that just means that people could afford it more. And you might see an influx of people coming to the table because of that. Now, also, once you've gone through all the levels, remember level 1, level 2, level 3, starting with the starter. Once you go through that, remember how I said you take off a little bit and then you upgrade and you take off a little bit and upgrade? Once you're already in those levels, you never have to do that again. So now you're just going to keep making money in those levels just because you're there. Now, level 5. Level 5 is major, because in level 5, you will have like 3 Bitcoin when you come up out of there. Now, I told you Bitcoin was like $5,100 to $5,400 today. Times that by 3. Okay, that's what you're pretty much going to have when you come up out of level 5. So it's a beautiful place to be, because again, you got your increments are much higher. They're coming in at 2,500s and the 5,000s. Really, really big difference. And then by the time you go up to level 9, like I showed you you can have about 36 Bitcoins. But remember, all in those levels before level 9, you're still making money over and over. So you really kind of end up with like 72 Bitcoin. I don't know no way that's doing that. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. I just had to take a moment of silence just for that. So let me just tell you what an exchange is. An exchange is where you buy Bitcoin, basically. It's a place for buying and selling commodities, securities, and cryptocurrencies. So some people know Coinbase, Cash App is an exchange as well. So it's where you can buy Bitcoin. And then a digital wallet. You need somewhere for that money to go when you come in here. So a digital wallet is simply an electronic device website or database that stores a consumer's payment data. So we show you how to get the wallet and all of that. And so when you make this money, the money gets deposited straight into your wallet. Don't have to wait. All right. Now, remember I talked about bringing to people. Some people think that's a really hard thing, but it's not. And I want you to look at, these are types of people that you want to focus on bringing to the table. So one, you want to look at people that like having fun. That's what I look for. I don't want no stuffy people, scary people. Nobody on time for that. Now, like having fun, because I like having fun. So find people who love games in life. Also look for people who trust you, because they're people who know that you would not steer them wrong. And so it's very important to find those people who know that if you say do it, they're going to do it because they're that close to you or they believe in you that much. Also, you want to find people who want to make more finance, but with less effort. Nobody wants to be working 3 and 4 jobs. You understand? Nobody hardly want to work 2 jobs. But being able to make money with less effort is important. And that is what this experience can be like for a person. Also, I know my daughter will be going to college in 2 years. Well, how you paying for that? I've been wondering how I'm going to get that handled. My book costs $12.95. So how many of those I got to sell to pay for some tuition? This right here, where the increments are coming in so large, now I see. So you want to get people who are looking to pay for college, people who want to pay their mortgages, car notes. This is the type of money that you can make here. Also, it's a lot of people that are retired that come here because once they retire, right, and they get Social Security, whatever, they're not supposed to work anymore, or they got a certain amount that they could do. Nobody wants to be limited after all these years. You want to be limited to money? I don't think so. So we have a lot of people that are retirement age coming to the company because they're like, this will help me create a nest egg for my people, for my family, like a family legacy. And then people all over the world just want to know what is Bitcoin, what is crypto. If you talk about it on social media, hey, I just found a way to do Bitcoin. I'm loving the people. Whatever it is, then people are going to come to you saying, what is it? What do you do? And next thing you know, there they are. So look for people who just want to know about crypto. Also, you want to look for people who like to be in charge of their money and they don't want to have to deal with the government being all over them. This is a great place to be. And then you have some people who want to plan globally about changing communities and finance and quality and jobs. This is how you do it. Cryptocurrency is going to make it possible without a lot of red tape. Now, you're watching this because you can do this. I'm telling you right now. Either I told you to watch it or somebody else suggested you watch it. It is the thing because it's so easy to do. And then these are just some of the steps for getting started. So we usually say open up a Gmail account just for your crypto so it doesn't get mixed up with everything else. That's totally up to you. Download your BitPay wallet. That's the wallet that's going to receive the money. And if you have to spend it, that's the logo. So you need to download that on your phone, right? And be very specific when it tells you to do a recovery phrase process. You do that because those codes, those words, you don't want to lose them because that will, if you change devices, that will protect you and get you back into the account if you have stored those 12 words properly. Write them down. Don't just screenshot. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, once you do that, you can open your free membership with the MLS Bitcoin Club. You can do that now for that matter. You can just go to me or whoever told you to watch this video and they'll give you a link for you to just open up a free account. And it'll be the same account that you use to give people your link and to join, like to buy your position in space. So the $99, we go to Cash App or Bitcoin ATM, and you will pay for starter or whatever other level plus the $99. Now, once you do that, and you can go ahead and get your MLS position. Go ahead and purchase it. And then you should be thinking about the 2 people already when you do the process. The faster you have 2 people come, the faster you're going to make money. If you come to the table with 2, 3, 4, 5 people, if you're in a sorority or in a church and y'all all coming to do it at once, several of you are going to see yourself getting paid like right then and there, like within 30 minutes of coming to the table. So bring along 2 like-minded people and then you just watch your money grow. That's how this works. So basically, this is the point where I would say, you know, how many of you have questions? Who's ready to get started? And just so you know, if you want to hear me every single week, Monday and Thursday, I do a conference call at, 6 p.m. Central and 7 p.m. Eastern, right? And so, yep, Harriet Tubman of Crypto coming to the stage. But yeah, definitely call in here, the numbers right here on this flyer. And then the same day, Monday and Thursday, I also do a webinar with my man Byron Talbert of a company called Wisdom Currency Wealth. He's also in the MLS Bitcoin Club. But this has visuals. So if you know you're a visual learner, this has visuals. So definitely type into that website at the bottom that says zoom.us/J. You want to write that down. You want to put that in. That will get you into our weekly webinar with visuals. And there's nothing like it. So, my friends, I do want to say thanks for tuning in. Love having you. If you have any questions, reach out to me on social media, or whoever told you to watch this video, you know, get with them. And if I'm always here for you, I don't care what part of the world you're in, but it's very important that we learn how to grow with crypto and learn how to grow with crypto now. This is the time, and I'm here to help. Peace, y'all. Have a good one.